Welcome back, guys, to another session here. We're gonna trade the DAX. What I have in front of me here is the US Tech 100, so that's the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ is really negative. Again, we are in the bear market. It's very clear to see what's going on. But again, let's be careful. Let's learn from yesterday's mistake where we were just hoping for something to happen and then it just went right back up. But again, it never goes as high as we think. You saw when we opened, it was at the same price we're trading right now, and then it just pumped all the way back to 22,140. So everything is fine. We just have to be aware of that the market went 500, 600 points back. And you could see, if you're looking at the bar here, this bar was after 15 minutes. So that's actually now that we have a big push consolidation. So if we start seeing a push, we're going to go in that direction and we're not going to go in the wrong direction. So I could consider going in for a light long here to see if we're going to have the same patterns as we saw yesterday. I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I'm not saying that it will push. I'm just going to go on a light long here. Okay. I'll have my stop loss back to the lows here. I'm in with only 25%. So I can always add to my potential long. But we just saw a big push yesterday. It's not sure we're gonna see this push today. We could sell back to even 500, so we just have to be aware of that. I think I'm gonna move my stop loss back to 505, and then I can add to this one once we see a push. So it was around now, we have the same push. It came, we first sold off, we went below the previous lows. So it's around now that we should see something. But again, yesterday we saw lows. This is actually very important, guys, so pay attention. We saw lows of 823, right? In the pre-market session. And then we open up, and then we open up, so 829, and then we open up, and I was thinking about taking a short, and I did that, and I got stopped out. So it just went to 800, so it sold off 30 points, 35 points from the overall lows. So here, that will be, in this case here, it might gonna sell back to 490, and then it could potentially bounce back. Again, I went in a little bit too early here, but I think potentially it could sell off 30 points below 514. So I think worst case, it could sell back to 477. So I currently have my stop loss here. I'm planning to add soon to it. I'm in very light, so it's not really hurting me if it's gonna hit my stop loss. I'm risking like under 0.3%. But let's see, it could really sell off. But yesterday we saw something different. We saw a big push, and that's what we could see now. Again, the most important is that we don't add to a negative position. So that was what I expected this. I expected around 30 points below the lows. So 484. So it could come back to 484 around here. I consider adding, you see, strong support, same system as yesterday. And we just pushed up now with from 15 to 50. So just be careful. I'm not saying it's going to push. I'm just saying be careful of not going in for a short at lows. I know it could sell off and I understand the risk. I'll start adding here. It's a very risky play. I'm gonna add around 500, but again, it could sell below 500. It could sell back to 480, maybe 470. I will cut losses on this one here at 450, I think. So I like to add, I'm start adding here, I'm adding 250. Let's see here if this is gonna push. I'll exit this one I just opened, just for a little quick scalping. So I'm just trying to figure out the right direction, and then we can trade and add in that direction all the way back. So again, do not make the same mistake as yesterday. We saw that, it was very clear. But again, it's really selling off and it's very negative. But what we saw yesterday is what we're seeing right now. So after an hour, we saw highs. After actually 2 hours, we saw highs. So we might end around here before it's really gonna dump again. Like, it's not super clear to me that this is really gonna sell back to 200, 100. Like, it's not really gonna come low. It could. We don't want to underestimate it, but there might be a reaction up before it's really gonna dump. But again, it could dump now. We do not know. I'm planning to add to this long here. Might move it to 450 and then adding here. I'll add here at 85. It's very risky. Let's see here. Very negative. Wow. Let's see if it's gonna bounce back here. I'll exit that one again here for 3,000 again at 512. I still have the first one long. It's currently against me. I know that wasn't the best entry. It was a break below, but this is what I expected. So 30 points below, 84. Did I not say 84? I think I said 84 for around 5 minutes ago. And that's exactly what happened. And that's what I expected. Was it stupid that I go in? But when I go in, I go in very light, so it doesn't even matter if I get stopped out. Like, I couldn't even care. So as I actually planned this one out here pretty well. I'm pretty confident that this could be a very good trade. So I saw the same here. Big red candles. 1, 2 big red candles. That's the pattern we're gonna see right there. And then it's gonna push right back again. So we could see the DAX is gonna rally maybe 250 points, okay? I'm not saying this is what we're gonna see 100%. I'm just saying this is the same pattern as we saw yesterday. It's fun, right? It's very fun. 84, I called that one out. 30 points below the lows. It's pretty sick. That's when you like a little nerd. You've been seeing charts and charts for like plus 9 years now. Again, I could have made 200K on this move here if I would just keep adding, but that's again my rule. I will add if we break above here maybe, or then I will maybe exit and consider what we should be doing. But I expected this. I planned out this trade. But again, it's a very small trade, so maybe you didn't make any money on this one here. I mean, it's like a 250 position. We could also sell off now. But yesterday we pumped a lot. We pumped actually 250 points. And you can see it right there. So we sold off 30 points from 823 to 790, 788. And then we pumped all the way back from 800 to 22,150. So that's actually 350 points. I'm not saying that's what we're gonna see now because it could really sell off. I'm just saying there's a chance for the market to recover on a short time frame. So on a short time frame, I will go long, maybe back to 650 also on the NASDAQ. I'm not taking any trades on the NASDAQ. I'm not adding here, I wanna see momentum. This is a pretty strong candle. This is a buy candle. It's actually 100 points up. But again, it could get rejected, so we don't want to be going long here and then it comes all the way back here. What we want to do is we want to consider adding if we see momentum, and if we do not see momentum as we expected, then we're closing it out. There's a strong candle in the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is showing some strong candles. Let's see if we break above 500 and start rallying to 600. Let's see here. It could come back to 525 maybe. It could also come back to 500. It could also come back to 476. But we should see a strong candle here, but we do not. So it's a little risky. I would maybe considering a long, but we need to hold, and it's in a free fall right now. This is a strong resistance. But again, let's see. I think I'm going to go in for a quick long here. It's very risky. Do not copy me. Do not copy what I do. Do not copy. Very risky. I just went in for a little bit more. Got my stop loss at 498. Let's see here. Do not copy me. Do not copy. I'll exit this one here for 2100. I'll do another one here soon. So currently support 533. Nasdaq is also consolidating. It could sell off. I'll go for another long here. It's currently trading at 40.39. Let's see here. It's very risky. Could sell off now. There's no progress at all. Very risky, guys. Do not copy this one here. I was expecting a breakout and I was expecting tons of momentum. We did not got any momentum. Today we have some news coming in, but yeah. I might see some selling pressure now. They really want to dump the market. It's very weak. It is what it is. Wow. It could sell back to potentially 450 and then it could rally from there. But again, we do not want to hope or gambling or wait for something to happen. It's very negative and it's pointing down, but it could turn out to be a good trade back to 640 or even 680. But let's see, I could consider moving my stop loss down to 450. I think I'm going to do that. This one here, you should not be copy this one. You should cut losses. And I'm risking around 1% of my account value on this trade here. I will take it back to at least, I think, 680 for this one here. But again, it could sell off. I could be wrong. It could come all the way back. It's very negative. But what we saw yesterday was something else where we pushed. But now we're just being very weak and we're really selling off. And there's like no really buying orders coming in. It's just super weak today. Because we're not below 84 and we are past 20 minutes, that's why I went in for another long here. But again, it's very risky. I'm down on these trades here. You should really consider if you want to work with that risk. Currently long, I'm considering holding it. Again, it could sell off. I'm not saying it's going to come back at all. The trend is just pointing down. DAX is very negative. But there is a chance that it's going to push back to 700 or even higher over the next hours. There's also a chance that this is going to push back and break below 450. And then I have to get everything back again. I currently have my stop losses at 445. I'm going to have my target for this one here at just below 700. I think we can see some resistance there. This could act as a buy order if it's going to break above here second time, then it could rally back. For me, this is a buy order. Very risky, very negative, but because we are after 20 minutes, after 15 minutes, after almost 40 minutes, 35 minutes, then I'm holding along. Let's see. It looks like it could retrace. Many traders think it's going to be a short, and it might be a short. Big push down again. Wow. This is quite amazing that this is really selling off again. But if you look at Rheinmetall, it's actually up 3%. It's actually pointing up. The DAX could retrace. That's what I'm in for. We just need to break above 510 and then it's gonna rally. I'm gonna stop my live trading and I'll hold this one here all the way back to 21,000. Here, I'll post this one here in the Discord. I'm pretty confident. I've been doing this for many years now, but holding long. So I'm not doing anything, guys. I'm just holding long for now. And yeah, I'll come back live again later. So I'm holding along. It's very simple. I'm risking 1%. I'm not doing anything. I'm just waiting for a big push, and that's what I'm waiting for, okay?